This is the best solo guide for the game Dead Rails. Now I'll show you the simplest and safest way to complete it without using class. Let's break it down step by step. I'm detailing it through my own playthrough. First, head to the trading post and drag the gold ingot to get your first money, 50 bucks. Next, go to the general store and use all your money to buy coal. Coal is one of the best types of fuel in the game. Also, pick up the newspapers as you can throw them into the furnace too. You'll need about 8 pieces of coal for a complete run, though you can also use zombie bodies or other burnable items. It's not even 8 a.m. yet and we're already leaving town. You'll pass through towns every 10,000 meters. So here's the first hit. You must reach a town before dark and have enough fuel for further progress. Meeting these two conditions guarantees that victory won't be far off. This leads to the second tip. Don't loot every house or you won't make it to town before dark. Night falls at 9 p.m. Sometimes you can loot houses that resemble stores. They look like this, but they can also be destroyed. But we don't need many resources because later I'll show you how to easily get a huge amount of money. More than enough to complete the run. All you need for the run is coal to power the train, 3 sheets of metal, and a rifle for 75 bucks along with its ammunition. A shotgun is useless since you need to work at long distances, and a pistol is too unstable. I found a mine. It's useful because there might be coal there, and coal is very beneficial. Next tip, you can safely kill zombies through a wall. Just hit their protruding arms. I'm collecting coal and other fuel in the mine, which saves me some money, and then I'm heading to town. I managed to arrive before dark, and I'll repeat, it's important to wait out the night in town because the game also features a blood moon or a big moon. During that time, vampires with werewolves will spawn, and you can easily sell them without much effort, as the town's turrets will take them out for you. But that night I wasn't lucky, I only had zombies. Also, night is the time to declutter, shop, and so on without wasting any time. I didn't buy anything at the store and headed to the next town towards the end of the night to save time. On the way, I encountered an infected city. Don't waste your time on these cities, just drive past them. There are plenty of resources, but we don't need that many for the run, and it's very dangerous there. After that, I found another mine in a store. In the mine, I collected coal, and at the store, I found junk and a pistol, but I won't be using it since it's very weak. Then I drove to town and sold the unnecessary items. From that point on, if you have enough money, you can buy extra coal. But if you're short on cash and unlucky with coal, just burn zombie bodies or any other burnable scrap. I waited out the night, and in the morning, I set off for the next town and looted the sheriff's house along the way. I found another useless pistol and a bunch of junk. I had enough coal, so I didn't stop at other houses, but if you're low on resources, loot the store. But later in the video, you'll see how to make a lot of money by doing almost nothing. And here I am already arriving at the third town. I sold unnecessary items, and from this moment, I'm slowly starting to buy metal sheet. In total, we'll need 3 sheets, but I only had enough money for 1. We attach it as shown in the video. I'll demonstrate how to attach the second and third sheets a bit later. Night has fallen, and luckily for me, it turned out to be a vampire night, which means we can earn money without doing anything special. We collect the vampires that the town killed and sell it. Now we have $125, enough to buy the remaining 2 metal sheets, but to save time, I'll attach them in the next town. I set out for the 4th town and looted a couple of stores along the way. I found a machine gun, but it won't be necessary for the walkthrough. I picked it up just for aesthetic. I also gathered various combustible items for the train and plenty of bandages from the doctor's house. Then I arrived at the 4th town. I burn and sell unnecessary items, and you should do the same. But if you still don't have enough money for the required items, just wait a bit, and you'll soon learn where to get plenty of money. Now I'll show you how to attach the remaining metal sheets. The second sheet should be attached to the other side of the train over the window, like this. The third metal sheet will just keep ready here for now, preparing it for the final town. Later we'll reposition it when we reach the final town. After the 4th town, you can also purchase a rifle and ammunition for safety, provided you have enough money. Now we're now heading toward the 5th town. Buying the rifle turned out to be a good decision because along the way I encountered bandits. They're an excellent way to make money. You can sell their bodies to the sheriff in town for $35 each. On my way to the 5th city, I found exactly what we needed, a Tesla laboratory. It typically appears between 40,000 and 60,000 meters, but there's also a chance it'll spawn between 20,000 and 30,000 meters. Using this lab, we can earn a lot of money. Nearby, there was also a bandit camp. I quickly cleared it and found some items to sell, ammunition, and other things. They aren't necessary for the playthrough, so let's get back to the laboratory. Night fell in my current playthrough, so I'll show you how I loot the lab during the daytime in another run. This laboratory has a lot of valuable ingots which we loot, but that's not the main thing. What we're really after are these brains in jars. They're worth $250 each. After clearing the laboratory, we head toward the city. Now we wait out the night in the city and sell everything we looted from the laboratory along the way. My balance is now $650, which is more than enough money to complete the game. Next, we buy everything we're missing. Since we have plenty of money, I buy ammunition, coal, more metal sheets, and I also decide to buy some barbed wire to place on the roof like this. However, if you're unlucky with the store and it doesn't have anything useful, you can always buy the necessary items in the next cities. I proceeded to the next city and barely looted any houses since I already had everything I needed. Nothing interesting happened afterward. I simply traveled to the next city at the 60-kilometer mark. During this night, I decided to strengthen the train a bit more by attaching metal sheets to the front windows as well, though this step isn't required. Now my train looks like this, but even much of this won't be needed. Before the final battle, all we need to do is cover the windows with metal sheets and prepare one extra sheet of metal as I showed earlier. I waited out that night, then continued without looting any houses along the way, reaching the final safe city at the 70-kilometer mark. However, if you're still missing something, it's better to loot some additional houses before reaching this final safe city. It's crucial to wait out the night here since this is your last safe stop. Buy everything you need and in the morning set out for the final battle. Now this part is important. I'll show you step by step how to complete the final battle. Follow each step exactly as I do, otherwise you'll end up with this situation. Step 1. Approach the 78,500 meter mark and eliminate as many bandits as possible from a distance. Then slowly advance toward the gates, carefully taking out the remaining bandit. Step 2. Move your train all the way to the end near the bridge, but don't turn the valve yet. Carefully finish off any remaining bandits if there are any left, and then start collecting bonds from the houses. It's extremely important to do this during the day, as survival at night will be nearly impossible. If night begins to fall, quickly return to the train and seal yourself in using the metal sheet we prepared earlier, as shown in the video. You can finish collecting the bonds the next morning. In my case, I managed to collect all the bonds before nightfall and sealed myself safely in the train by nighttime. Make sure you wait out this night inside the train with the entrance fully covered. Step 3. After the night ends, finish collecting the bonds if you didn't manage to gather them all previously. If you've already collected everything, turn the valve at the bridge and immediately run back to the train, sealing yourself inside with the metal sheet just like before. At this point, you can simply wait safely inside until the timer runs out. Personally, I shot at a few bandits through the gap, but this is optional. You can also just wait safely inside without engaging. Now we just wait. Only a little time left on the timers. And that's it, we've successfully completed Dead Rail.